Hi guys, it's me. I know it's been a while since my last vlog, but something noteworthy happened. Well, I guess you could say yesterday. I changed up jobs. I no longer work at the place I did the last time I did a vlog. I can't remember if I said where I worked, but it was for a corporate store. Now I'm in small, small business retail, um, and I work for a tobacco shop. I know, I'm a dealer of death. Blah, da, 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 da. I've heard it all. Trust me, my sister hates that I smoke, and hates that I work for a smoke shop, so I've heard it. Don't need any comments. Thanks. Anyway, that's not what this is about. I also sell lotto. I am too addicted. Um, this gentleman came in, never been in our store before, and he had some lotto tickets to cash in. And I swear, I kid you not, this guy looked exactly like my father, my papa, that my two first vlogs are about, looked exactly like him. Only his eyes were blue. It was incredible. It's incredible. It was like seeing my father alive again. And what really sealed the deal for me is I looked straight in his eyes, and they looked like they had the wrinkle lines and the puffiness and the cheeks and everything, because I got my cheeks from my father. Um, Only his eyes were blue. Had the same feeling, everything. I instantly broke down, which is understandable, you know. I lost my father. It'll be 3 years ago this July. Um, it was profound, and this guy had never been in our shop before. Could have cashed those anywhere in our town, including the other shop that my bosses own. And he came into the one I was working in. Weird, huh? Well, it gets weirder, because I was thinking my father earlier that day. And you don't expect these kind of things to happen. You know, I was thinking about him, it made me sad, which obviously happens because, death, dying, grieving, all that kind of stuff. I know my last vlog, I was like, and then I looked in his eyes, and the whole breakdown thing happened, and it was just amazing. Amazing. And I know those of you who haven't lost a parent or loved one or whatever, especially if there's any little ones. Little ones mean 17 and under. um, if you've never lost anybody, you're so lucky, especially if you haven't lost a parent. You're so lucky. Pause this video right now. I don't care what time it is, whether you live at home or not. Give them a phone call, give them a hug, give them a kiss, something. Especially if you're super, super close. Because I was really close to my father and didn't see him as much as I should have. And I know he forgives me for that. I haven't forgiven me for that. But anyway, if they're still here, go hug them, kiss them, love them, tell them you love them. Even if you just got in a fight 2 seconds ago. I don't care. Suck it up and go tell them that you love them. Go. I'll be here when you get back. You can't take your parents' love for granted. I learned this the hard way. And it's not like my father and I didn't get along. We really got along. What the problem was is my parents got divorced, and so it was hard to see him that way. And then I went off to school, went to college, to university, a university, in America here. And so it got even harder to see him then. And then after that, adulthood happened. I got a job. He already had a job, of course, So between working and all that and boyfriends and this and that and the other thing, it was hard to see one another. Especially since I can't drive. I still currently can't drive. I'm working on it. I have my permit. But not being able to drive makes everything harder, including visiting your parents. And at the time, I lived in a town away from him, or half a town away, I guess you could say, because he lived in the middle of my hometown and the town I was living in. He lived right in the middle. And it still was hard because my schedule and his schedule would clash, or we wouldn't call, we would text or Facebook message, things like that. And I didn't really kick it into high gear to see him until about 5 months before his death, and that's when my son was born. So he could get to know his grandbaby, especially when we thought he was going to go off to North Dakota. We live in Michigan. Not getting any more specific than that. And when we thought he was going to go away, I kicked it into high gear because I wanted to get to know his grandson before he went out there. We didn't know how long he was going to be out there for. And thank God I did. Because the time that my son got to spend with his grandfather, that was it. So we didn't know that in June's when we had to move. That we didn't know in July that he'd get in his motorcycle accident and die. Thank God I had the forethought. But I have to say, if it wasn't for my son being around when I lost my father, I wouldn't have been in such a good shape. I know those videos did not make me look like I was in good shape. I don't blame you if you didn't think that. If it wasn't for my baby boy, I would be a lot worse off. And then the gentleman coming in today, it was like Papa walks through the door. It was incredible. I mean, he was a bit taller than my father. My father was, as he put it, not quite 6 foot, which he was 5'11" and 3/4. So yeah, not quite 6 foot. This guy, he was a little bit taller. He had to be about, maybe 6'2"? Something like that. No, probably not 6'2", probably about 6 foot. And, it was just, it wasn't until I looked in his eyes that I saw Papa. Like, completely. I mean, I saw it in the beard, and he was wearing a ball cap. My father used to wear tons of ball caps. It was when I looked in his eyes. See, my eyes are about the color my father's were. This deep, dark brown. His eyes were blue, like sky blue, like my brother's. Yeah, I know. My mom's got brown eyes. My father had brown eyes. Yet I have brown eyes. My sister has blue eyes, or green eyes. Their eyes change color between blue and green all the time, my brother and sister. So, anyway, my sister has more of a green, and my brother has more of a blue. So it was like looking into my own brother's eyes in a way, too. And everything just stopped. My whole world just stopped. On a freaking dime. And I saw it, it was almost like, it was like one, like I saw the reality of, his eye color and him, and then it was like my memories of Papa, like, layered over that. And I saw it, even the same look in his eye. It was crazy. It was like that love and kindness, and the thing that you can't really explain when you look at your parents, and it was in his eyes. It was as though Papa was shining through them, saying hello, and sorry, emotional. And I hadn't seen that in a long time, especially from somebody that looked like my father. And he had the laugh wrinkles and the puffiness, and he was wearing glasses. I mean, the same type of frames my father had. The big 80s style frames with the two connectors through the bridge and everything. It was crazy. Ball cap. My father used to wear this red ball cap, and I have it out in the living room, but just everything. Jeans, t-shirt, vest, boots. The whole gamut. Head to toe. I have a picture of him right here. This is a comedy picture that he had gotten from my mom back when they were married. But you might not be able to see what he looks like, but that's him. And I get the other one except for I'm currently pulling a Markiplier. Home is where the cats are not. So I can't exactly get that picture. Then you'll see on the armpits. Anyway, this is going to be a longer video than what I planned. But as you can see, he has a very distinct look. And you can see his resemblance to me. And seeing that gentleman walk in today just shell-shocked me. And because I haven't seen Papa since he was laying at his deathbed, completely unconscious, fighting for his life through tubes and monitors and feeding tubes and colostomy bags and all that kind of stuff. And it was like seeing him up and around again, and it was comforting. It was bittersweet. And I know that there's probably nobody that's gonna watch this unless like my other channel explodes and they want to get to know me better. This is more for me than anybody else, but yeah. I reiterate, sorry. Bad at pronunciation. You can read it just fine, say it, that's a whole other world. Anyway, I reiterate. If both of your parents are still alive at the moment you watch this video, go and tell them how much you love them. Hug them, kiss them, tell them how much you appreciate them. And it doesn't go for just your parents, your siblings, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents, your children if you are a parent, your friends, anybody that means anything to you. Let them know tomorrow is not promised. Not at all. And you might not get as lucky as I did, finding your loved one's doppelganger. I got lucky today. Yesterday, whatever you want to classify it. I got lucky. You may not. So make sure to let them know that you love them. And also let them know not to drink and drive. Let them know that they can call you at any time. If I could have driven, I would have driven my father home. He would have been too proud to call, but I would have done it. Nothing's promised. Tomorrow's not promised. Tell your loved ones you love them and never, ever take them for granted. Never. From one broken-hearted daughter to everyone out there who has loved ones. Let them know. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. nice day, night, or where, whatever time it is you're watching this.